Welcome back to FinTechTV's The Daily Download. The oldest U.S. bank is open for crypto business. BNY Mellon is the largest U.S. bank to safeguard both digital assets and traditional investments. According to BNY Mellon, the bank is using software developed with Fireblocks to store these digital holdings and chain analysis software, which will help the bank analyze and track the path of the assets before they arrive at the bank. Joining us to discuss all of this is Samar Pratt, President of Advisory Solutions based in Exiger's London office. Hi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Remy. Great to be here.
Well, first of all, this announcement, I do want to preface this by saying this is an institutional offering. BNY Mellon is a traditional bank, but it is crossing over to crypto custody. So tell me a little bit about how this shakes up the world of native crypto companies.
You know, I think that's a great question. And from my perspective, I think it's great for not just crypto companies, but for financial services as a whole. Great step forward for institutional investors who want to invest in crypto safely. And despite the current crypto winter we're experiencing, I do think it's a great step forward for the world of crypto and its journey to become part of the mainstream financial system. So as you've just set out, the Bank of New York Mellon is the largest custody bank in the world. It's the oldest bank in the US. And it's been providing these trusted custody services across traditional asset classes for hundreds of years, handling the processing of traditional securities like bonds and equities. So this move by BNY into the world of crypto and digital asset servicing is, I think, a big deal. It's an important and exciting milestone because I think, A, it's going to help drive blockchain technology innovation in financial services. And B, I think it's going to help to more firmly establish digital assets as an institutional investment solution, giving firms access to BNY's market share and obviously its traditional asset trading capabilities. So it's going to enable digital assets to become more firmly integrated, I hope, into the mainstream investment options and eventually payment solutions too.
We know that when this news came out that all eyes were on this headline, and I think it's very significant given that Bank of New York Mellon is a custodian bank and the oldest U.S. bank as well. So tell me a little bit about how businesses, especially institutions, can protect themselves when it comes to the world of crypto.
You know, I think the other thing that and you mentioned it at the onset of your comments, the great thing that BNY has done here in establishing its digital asset custody platform, which is now live, I believe, in the US for a few selected institutional clients, and it's focusing on holding and transferring Bitcoin and Ether, is really the fact that they have leveraged existing technology providers. So what they've done is they've integrated into their existing custody risk management platform something that, you know, I think is really smart. They haven't reinvented the wheel. Instead, they've partnered with market-leading crypto industry companies to solve these specialized risk management issues facing digital assets. So I think that this is going to give them the best chance for success in this venture. And these partners, you mentioned chain analysis and Fireblocks at the beginning there, they're going to enable Bank of New York Mellon and obviously other custody banks that want to perhaps follow suit to invest in blockchain analytics, on-chain transaction monitoring, so that you can actually overcome some of the financial crime risks associated with crypto. Know your transaction, know your VAS processes, as well as to support a more secure digital wallet, digital asset wallet infrastructure by leveraging something I think Fireblocks is pushing out there, which is multi-party computational technology. And BNY has been very smart in integrating these existing market leaders into their platform, which I think is going to stand them in really good stead.
Samar, I think you brought up a key word there, and that was risk. I understand Exiger utilizes tech and practical expertise to deal with fraud and crime. So tell me what Exiger is doing to fight crypto fraud.
Well, that's a great question, and thank you for asking it. At Exiger, We are providing tech-enabled solutions and consulting services to both traditional financial institutions that handle crypto assets and also work with crypto service providers. What we also do is work with industry-leading crypto asset service providers themselves, who turn to us to help for us to help them manage the unique risks of digital assets. So this involves us assisting them in doing risk assessments, building out their crypto compliance programs from the ground up, assisting them to identify gaps in their existing compliance programs, given that crypto regulations are evolving and they continue to change around the world. And what we also do is enable these firms to outsource their day-to-day financial crime compliance operations to Exiger, where we can help them manage their financial crime risks every day. So help them stay safe and help them stay in compliance when it comes to understanding who their customers are, and also understanding risks associated with potentially suspicious transactions. And the key difficulty in monitoring the movement of these digital assets is really in identifying suspicious activity on the blockchain, as well as risks associated with money laundering, terrorism financing, and even sanctions evasion. Money launderers linked to Russia have increasingly been observed by Western intelligence agencies as providing cash to crypto asset services, and they're providing these to sanctioned parties with the ability to then bypass and evade Russian sanctions. So really, really key services, and compliance, I think, is paramount, and making sure that standards are upheld around the world in this space.
Well, Samar, thank you so much for weighing in, and thank you so much for your insights today.
Great, thanks for having me.
That was Samar Pratt, President of Advisory Solution at Exiger's London office.
All right, now time for a tweet.